What's up, Monero fam? Welcome to this week's weekly Monero Roundup. We were browsing Reddit and we found a pretty good thread responding to a request for information about Monero from the community for the Real Vision team, who it looks like is going to publish some information about privacy coins this Friday. That'll be exciting. I'm looking forward to that. But there were some really great links in the thread. And there's also some good comments. I know there was one you saw that that you liked.
Exactly. So looks like Monero is about to become the Cayman Islands of blockchain. If it's not already, I mean, nobody
There's
knows.
no way to know.
Right? So one of the Monero kids said a great comment that I agree with. It's called, her name is Monero Enthusiast 1-2. So it says, just wait until atomic swaps come live. Oh boy. Monero is going to be like this massive vortex that's just going to suck all the Bitcoin wealth away.
Nice.
I wish them all the best. But I fear the Bitcoin maxis are going to lose most of their wealth during the great inevitable Bitcoin Monero wealth transfer.
All right, those are some spicy words spoken like a true Monero maximalist. Kudos for you. I think I mostly agree with that. Time will tell. We will see. One of the other great links in that thread was to a video by Dr. Kim. I think it came out like September 2020. But what a great video. It's like an hour long, but boy, did I learn quite a bit about Monero, actually about Bitcoin. He really explained the technical side of things in a way that was easier to understand for someone who wasn't, at a high tech level. And I learned two cool things. The first one was that basically like the math and everything behind Bitcoin and Monero and like elliptic curves and whatnot is pretty well like documented and proven throughout like mathematical academia. Like the tech is sound, and it's not just the Monero core team telling us that. There's some really good stuff to it. And so I was like, oh phew, all right, it's great, good thing I believed it was private before, but now I actually know it's private. So that was nice for me to kind of wrap my head around. And the other thing in the video was the tail emission for Monero that I didn't actually know about, even though I mine it. There will always be a 0.3 Monero block reward, like forever. So technically there's an unlimited supply, but he goes on to explain like 100 years from now, the supplies between Bitcoin and Monero are not that much different, and it's such a small block reward that it doesn't really inflate the overall total supply. It's not as big of a deal as the Bitcoin folks might have you believe. And also that it takes away the problem of incentivizing the miners, which is something that Bitcoin's got to look out for when that block reward goes away down the line. So those are the two cool things I learned from the video. You should definitely check it out. We got it down in the comments or in the description below.
So the takeaway is that Monero is nothing like the Fed, okay? If I had a penny for every time the Fed flooded the market, I would have exactly $2.43, okay? So
okay, I will take your word for it.
So another thing that the Monero kids shared, an interesting document from Kraken about Monero, the age of anonymity.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know exactly.
Okay, yeah. So
the age of anonymity. It's great doc. And I think the takeaway I had was kind of the difference between like anonymity and confidentiality and privacy, and how privacy is really just how you're exercising your right to be anonymous, or how you're controlling your data. Because you can be a little private, a lot private, medium private. It's kind of the action that you take to keep yourself protected and your data under your control, your information under your control. And confidentiality is really actually disclosing information to people that you trust and choosing, who gets to know what about you. And then anonymity is just across the board. There's nothing known about you, which is, that's Monero. They don't know the transaction size, the recipient, the sender, the addresses, all of that. So, good paper. Definitely give it a read.
So whether you are a Monero newbie or a Monero ninja, sometimes it doesn't hurt to get a little refresher. That's why SerHack wrote the first edition of Mastering Monero, this evergreen, airtight, foolproof book that has tons and tons of good information. Well, this time he announced that he's started working on the second edition. So, if you would like to contribute,
get your butts over to that thread and drop some knowledge for everybody in the Monero community.
in whatever ways you can. So
Right.
the link will be in the description below.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Monero and Cake Wallet created a bunch of explainer videos. So if you're this annoying person who's like, what's this? What's that? How to do this, that?
Or if you're just like new to Monero and want to know like, what is Monero? What is the seed? What is my private key? How do I use Cake Wallet to send and receive XMR? And then also actually they have on there how to move from Bitcoin into Monero or from Monero into Bitcoin. My guess is it has something to do with BISC, but who knows? You'll have to check it out and see for yourself.
So that's really useful. Check it out.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever woke up in the morning with an attitude of gratitude and thought, darn, I really wish I could buy a cup of coffee to our privacy first responders, the Monero devs? Well, you can and you should. Visit ccs.getmonero.org and click on Donate.
And any support is great support. It can be the cheap 7-Eleven coffee or a fancy schmancy Starbucks extravaganza. Whatever you want to donate, the chump change that's in the bottom of your Monero wallet, it will be graciously welcomed.
And everyone who knows how to read, everyone who knows how to read loves this book, and you would too.
Yes, and you can order it directly from the Monero community. So that's it for this week's Monero news. Remember, keep hodling your Monero.
You can feel its presence. You just